Conscious bodybuilder, goal-oriented training. What is it? What are we doing? Why are we trying to build muscle? Why are we just focusing on building muscle? Let's unpack it. Let's run through it. Welcome to ELD 46, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. The conscious bodybuilder. Let's talk about it. I kind of wanted the conscious bodybuilder to be kind of triggering because those of us that are still bodybuilding and anyone out there that's bodybuilding is like, I'm fucking conscious as well, even though I'm bodybuilding. And I kind of wanted that to be clickbaity, so welcome. Thank you. Wanting to train, but not just for bodybuilding, not just to make some sweet gains, but also to access the flow state, increase mobility, increase strength, and of course gain muscle, not sacrificing our health, joint health, all that sort of stuff. Ever since the dawn of the Arnold Schwarzenegger era, the commoditization of gyms and equipment and all that sort of stuff, equipment and exercise prescription has been designed around bodybuilding and in a bodybuilding fashion and then prescribed to the general public. So, any gym you walk into, you're probably going to get 3 sets of deadlifts, 3 sets of squats, 3 sets of bicep curls, and that's your strength and conditioning program. And that's a very bodybuilding way to prescribe exercise, and most of us are still doing that. And I'm not here to say that it's bad. I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't be doing it. I'm here to simply say that there's another way and that our training should reflect our goals. And whatever our goals are, if your goals rather are bodybuilding and you want to just gain fucking 20-inch arms, baby, then of course doing some bicep curls and doing some other things will be good for you. So it depends what your goals are. We have been taught the industry standard, right? And we've been taught the industry standard of the stuff that I just mentioned, the conventional sets, the 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 5, 5 sets of 5, whatever. And that is the standard strength and conditioning. But it's also what we've been taught in universities and educational models and all that sort of stuff. And again, I'm not trying to say that it's bad, but for the general public, let's bring it back to the goal orientation. And if we talk about the goal, my goal at least, and I'm speaking for myself here, but I'm sure you can relate. I'm sure most people, we can agree that we want to feel confident naked, right? We want to be strong and capable. We want to have as little pain as possible in our body. And we want to be mobile and able to meet the movement demands of life, like picking up a child or getting something from a shelf, whatever it might be. Training like a bodybuilder will definitely aid in a few of these, but it's not optimal. It would be like drinking Coke for hydration. Have a cheeky glass of Coke. You're still going to get hydrated. It's still going to flush through your system, and you're still going to pee a little bit clearer, no doubt. But there are far better choices. Like, for example, water, right? You could drink water if you want to hydrate. A little bit of Himalayan rock salt in there. How you doing? So yeah, what is the most optimal path for human movement and exercise prescription? And if I was to tell you one thing that everyone must do, that's completely wrong because we're all individual. We've all had different experiences. We all do different things and have different goals. So exercise prescription is such an individual process, but we've really put it down into a container for everyone, like everyone, strength and conditioning. That's what you do. That's the program. You go do that. It's like, we're so much more individual than that. And yeah, it's like it should be completely based off one's goals, not just the overall goal of gaining strength and size. Okay, here's your program. It's far more complex than that. So that's what a personal trainer is for, right? That's what they should be doing, is prescribing you an individual program based off your goals. And yeah, they shouldn't just be the same for every single client, like I used to do. I used to give the same shit to people because I was looking at the world through the bodybuilding strength and conditioning lens. So I'd give my clients the same thing. If we increase your squat, then it's going to blah, blah, blah. If we increase your bench press, then sure. If we increase your, just the conventional stuff. And it was just the same thing for each person. And I would try and get the same goals for each person, right? So I'm calling myself out essentially in this letter for my past, but I've been learning and Anyway, if you could create a more personal approach to your training, to your client's training, then it's going to benefit them far more long term. And if you'd like any help with that, then your boy does it. Anyway, getting a basic understanding of the flow strength mobility method, FSM, for a well-rounded movement practice is a great place to start. Flow strength mobility, flow, coordination, keeping our body coordinated from our toes all the way to our hands, all the way to our head, our whole body's coordination. Strength, having general strength through our body weight and through moving objects around, right? We want to be strong. We want to be able to lift something and put it here. We want to be able to pick up a child. We want to be strong and be able to handle our own body weight. And then mobility, we want to increase our flexibility. We want to increase our ranges and our mobility so that when we do something random, right, we're not getting injured. When you're at work, bending over, picking the kid up, and you're in this weird position, boom, you're sweet because you practice mobility. Flow, strength, mobility. That's sort of like some framework to start the conscious bodybuilder path in my eyes. And again, within those categories, it's very nuanced, and that's where we create individual prescription within those categories. At least that's how I'm dealing with my clients currently. So I want to add flow, gaining a sense of coherence between our body, ultimately increasing performance and decreasing pain, priming the body and mind for movement, creating long-term adaptations relating to the movement demands of life. That's flow. Strength, gaining strength and trust in one's body and ability to unlock new movements. Through progression, we also feel empowerment that make all kinds of gains. So you're going to gain strength and muscle when participating in strength gaining exercises. Adding to the feeling of looking good naked. We all want to feel that. We all want to feel confident without our clothes on. Mobility. Through exploration of weird positions, we create new pathways that let our body adapt to these positions. So, when they are accidentally found in daily life, injury doesn't occur. We can also open up, remove, or decrease pain points through intentional mobility training. Intentional mobility training, very personal, very individually prescribed. Not, oh, you've got shoulder pain. There you go, do fucking protraction, retraction. Where are your pain points and what is it for you as the individual? That's the personal trainer's goal, essentially. Anyway, I won't go too far into that, but the point being is exercise prescription is not a one-size-fit-all program. There's obviously things that they're blanket movements that are going to help things, like everyone, in my opinion, should be doing rope flow, but it depends what our goals are and then the exercises that we should be doing. So, for a human that doesn't see themselves as a bodybuilder, this approach, the flow strength mobility method, makes more sense because the overall goal is increased quality of life. If you're training like a bodybuilder, but the goal isn't bodybuilding, then it may be time to self-evaluate within the context of movement. It may be time to self-educate within the context of movement. Evaluate your own current position. Be like, oh, I'm training for bodybuilding, but I'm not a bodybuilder and I don't want to be a bodybuilder. I may do different movements because they're going to benefit me better in the long term because I'm currently just training for bodybuilding, right? I'm not dogging on bodybuilding. I'm not saying it's bad, but if it's not in relationship to your goals, then what's the point of bodybuilding training if we're not even wanting to be a bodybuilder, when there are far more holistic ways of training that are going to increase strength, mobility, muscle, ability to tap into the flow state, coherence through our whole entire body, balancing out the system, creating less pain. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. ELD, I'm going to put the graphic on the screen. Wow, that's a very loud plane right now. I'm going to put the graphic on the screen, ELD 46. If you're training like a bodybuilder, but the goal isn't bodybuilding, it may be time to self-educate within the context of movement. Swag. The cool part is, gains will come as a result. Fucking hell. The cool part is, gains will come as a result of conscious training. You're still going to gain strength. You're still going to gain muscle. You're still going to fucking get ripped, bro. Fuck straight up. So, the conscious bodybuilder, flow, strength, mobility, focusing on quality of life, increased health of this beautiful system that we get to inhabit and move around the world. It's so fucking cool. But it can become limiting if we only train in a specific style. And I know that because I'm speaking from experience, too much of one thing leads to a overcompensation in our body because it's always adapting. Too much bicep curls, not enough mobility will eventually create issues, and I've experienced that firsthand. If you'd like some guidance, online or in person, this is my gym. Come and train with me, and let's get on it. Let's learn. Let's get every last drop from life. ELD letter 46. Thank you guys for tuning in. Fucking swag. I need to go eat. I'm been training for about 3 hours. Say training, the first hour was training, and the last couple hours I've just been playing around, exploring movements. And I guess that's testament to my life. I live and breathe this shit. I'm not just like a random PT who's just got qualified or not even qualified, just some dude online. I really love the stuff, and I have your best interests at heart. So if you want some training, let me know. Swag. Appreciate you guys checking this content out. If you want to be part of the Pectus program, then follow my link tree, join the Pectus program, and get started to the happiest, healthiest version of you. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you guys. Every last drop. Much love. ELD 46, another week down. Boomfa.